Good morning, everybody. How are we doing today? Let's see who we have out there. Not sure if you're still there, G Key Man, but if you are, thank you for dropping by. Phantasm Industries, good morning. Dodge Joker, how are you? Hopefully, life is good and well in your side of the world. All right. What is everybody up to? The Joker, still looking for your entry, my giveaway. Get her done. You can do it. Let's see. We're going to play with some different picks today than what I've been doing. I use mine a lot, but let's play with something else. Let's grab. We'll go with these. Away. And what shall we mess with today? How about we play with a moke? Not a moke. Jimmy Longs. Maybe we'll grab out a moke. And maybe we'll dig out a multi-pick. How's that? How is that this morning? Ooh, trying to pick the 1100 backwards. Man, you're going for broke on that bad boy. Yeah. That could be a tough one. That can be a tough one. Thought today I'd talk a little bit about these practice locks from Sparrows. I know, a lot of people, there's a love-hate relationship with Sparrows, me included. But one thing I will say that I like are these. This I picked up, so they come from them pinned in 2, 3, 4, and 5 pin configurations for practice locks, right? They're quite affordable. And I actually really like them. I think they're one of their products that I really like. Now, do they pick exactly like a regular real lock? No. I would say they don't. You broke every other green belt you own. How did you pull that off? Although if you saw my feeble ass attempt at the ULC challenge yesterday, you'll see that I really sucked. I actually have a new Master 140 coming. Should be delivered today. Because for whatever reason, the one I've got, man, I had that thing down. I could pick that thing in seconds. It was really, really running well, doing a good job, happy with it. And then like 2 days ago, I don't think I've opened that thing since. It works buttery smooth with a key, but I cannot pick it. Brian Break Shit, how are you? The man, the myth, the legend, the ULC champion. Morning. I'm not giving up. I might be back. I have a new 140 coming. Now, the nice thing, like I said, with these locks is I can turn around and rekey them. If you buy their pinning kit, or you can do it with any. I believe these are all SC1s, so all Schlag keyways. So any Schlag pins, kit, and key, and you can repin these. And you can take them all the way up to 6-pin locks, which makes it nice, right? But you can turn around, work through these, learn what they feel like. Oh, man, that's a bummer. Then you turn around and repin them with security pins. Keep the same thing, right? 2, 3, 4, 5. Work on security pins. Work on different styles of security pins. Repin them. And then take them up and increase the number of pins in it, right? So this one only has 2, 3, 4, 5. So change it. 3, 4, 5, 6, right? And then again, do the same thing. Change them up. They're very easy to take apart, easy to work on. And like I said, they might not be completely up to snuff compared to a real lock, but they're pretty good. I'm just trying to picture, how the heck did you break your locks doing the vice versa? I can see somebody breaking their picks, but not your locks. Dude, don't take a crowbar to them. Poor locks. They don't deserve that. Oh, there, I got it. Here, pups. Cody. Mila. Cody. Cody. Dogs, man, act like they're deaf. Morning, Mr. Labs. How are you? Just talking about these Sparrows practice locks. You know, I'm not a... Oh, I just came on maybe 5 minutes ago or so there, Johnny. Not long. Not long at all. You know me, you know. I say I start at 8 o'clock, but it's 8 o'clock-ish. Yep, I have the repinning kit right here. It comes with everything that you need. It comes with the pinning trays. It actually comes with 2 pinning trays, the plug follower that you need for these locks, a bunch of different setups, so different keys, different pin designs. Comes with a whole crap ton of security pins, and it's affordable. Like I said, I think it's like $20 to get all 4 of those locks, and you've got a really nice set for practice locks. They're not really expensive, and I don't think they're too bad. You know, they're not the greatest thing in the world, maybe, but they're not bad. As I sit here and struggle trying to open one with 3 pins in it, you know, but they're a good time. They really are. For the money, they're a great set of practice locks. See, look at that! I can't even rake the dang thing. It is. I think in the practice lock category, they're very, very hard to beat. Let me just double check that. Make sure I'm not lying to you. But the last time I looked, they weren't bad. I think that was all I paid for these. I bought these actually at DEF CON last year. Oh, they've upped them a little bit now. $35 for the set. That does not include this one. This one is separate. This one is actually a cutaway. I use that one when I do some training type things, so I can show how pins act and react. And even if you're trying to learn, you can kind of watch what's going on in there as you're picking them. So that has gone up a little bit since I've changed it. You can actually do that with these. I believe you can get either Schlager Quickset and maybe even some others, if I remember right. So yeah, you can change out the keyways to different things in them. Good morning, Mr. No Key. How are you? Couldn't open mine. Tried padlocks around the house and popped them all, ended up returning to Sparrows. Really, I like them. Now they're, like I said, they're not probably as good as picking on a real lock. There's just something about them that they're a little, I don't know. Johnny Locks, did I get your entry? Let me go look. I don't remember seeing you, sir. Where? You'll have to send me over a link or post a link to it. I'll go find it. Bird walkers, yeah. Yeah, that's kind of what I like about them. Like I said, I don't think they're a bad setup by any means. Let me go. I'm going to look for you there, Mr. Johnny. Yeah, there we go. 15 hours ago you put in your entry. I had not seen it yet. I will take a watch of that video here in a little bit. Yo! Why is it still playing that on there? I tell you, I struggle, dudes. All right, I will get you down, Mr. Johnny Locks. I actually have a question around my giveaway. To see what you guys think, get some feedback. I have an item that is going to be part of the giveaway, but it isn't ready yet. So my question is, Missed the Lock Fighting Live. I did terrible. I got knocked out right off the bat. For whatever reason, my Master 140 about 2 days ago decided to go bonkers on me, and I can't pick it. I cannot get an open on that lock. Maybe I'll get an open one time out of 20. It's just weird. Really went to crap on me in a hurry. Wow. So I got booted out right off the bat, but Mr. Brian Breaks Shit, he took the win. So anyway, back to the giveaway. Should I extend the deadline out? Should we do the drawing? And you'll just have to wait to get the entire prize package. What do you guys think? Currently, I have 21 entries, so not bad. Not bad at all. So the last part of the giveaway, I haven't really shared anything about this yet, but Mr. Runesmith is making a custom set of dogleg picks. It'll have a regular, a medium, and a deep dog leg. That's part of the giveaway. So you're going to get an amazing set of custom-made picks. I thought about adding on a little more time with it just to give... He's been really busy. He's got a new job. It's got him really stressing, and he's been doing a lot of running and things, getting ready for that. So, you know, I thought about extending it out, but at the same point, I told people it was going to end this weekend. So that's why I thought I would ask a little bit in the chat here what people think. You all right with extending it out a little bit more, giving a few more people some more time? Or what should we do? Oh, absolutely it will. It'll be a beautiful, beautiful set. So, man, I tell you what, here I am. Shows you what a shitty picker I am. I'm stuck at 3 pins. Ha. I might do that. I might put out a short video here today, talk about it, and just let people know that it'll be delayed a little bit, that I'm going to add some more time to it. But yeah, it'll be an amazing set for whoever gets it. Along with all the other goodies that are coming in the kit are in there, so... By the way, link is in the chat. If anybody feels like joining in on the discussion, feel free. Love to have people hop on. We had a nice one. Man, what did we have last week? I think I had 2 other people hop in. It's always nice. I like it. I like it like that. I don't know if any of you guys saw, so I have these Corbin locks. I haven't had much luck, but I haven't really gotten around to really trying to clean them up properly and see if I can get into them. But I sent one of these to Mr. Bumpy Bones, and he got her cleaned up and was able to get the lock picked. Oh, a novice one, Johnny Locks giveaway. That's always nice, right? It's always cool when you got something like that, and somebody who's new, maybe doesn't have a lot of gear, they win and get some nice equipment. Excellent, excellent. Glad to hear it. All right. Yeah, I haven't yet. I need to get it boxed up today, so maybe I can throw one in there. They're very cool locks. There's a couple different styles. This one says CCL, Corbin cabinet lock on it. And then I have other ones that just say Corbin. I have a few of them. Very, very nice. I believe those are all just standard pins in here. And, honestly, in my experience, I almost think standard pins are harder to pick than security pins. At least security pins, you can feel more what's happening. There we go. There's the 4-pinner. I haven't opened these up and changed them out yet. One of these days, I want to take these apart. I want to change up and put in, I've got some chess piece pins. I want to put those in here, play with those. Thought about using those in a challenge lock instead of making my own pins, but it's kind of fun to make your own pins too. I think the only one that I have security pins in at all is the cutaway. I've got serrateds in this one right now. Yeah, exactly. I think serrateds, spools, either one of those are almost easier because you can read feedback, where standards, everything feels the same. I hope to have another new announcement here before too long, too. We'll see how that goes. We will see. So let's see. On the giveaway currently, we have Mr. C. Studo, Mr. Elijah Carney, Brian Breaks Shit, Chuck Soup, Crow Llama, The Fighting Lockpicker, Eagle Lockpicking, Lord Kodiak, AJ's Locks and Locks, Lock Saga, Rabbi Picker, Ink and Steel, Spicy, Elroy's Toys, Nick's Picks, Logic Wizard, Richard Jones, Jeff and Things, Wild Billiam, No Key, and Johnny Locks. If you have an entry and I didn't read your name off, let me know, because for whatever reason, tagging and such in YouTube is not notifying me, and I don't know why. I just don't know what the heck is up with that. But it is not putting the information through and getting it to me. So it's supposed to start raining here today. Hoping it gives me a little bit. I need to get outside and do a little more yard work before it starts raining too much. But if you have an entry and I didn't call your name off, please let me know, and I will find you and get you in the list. Hey, Mr. Nightmare, didn't see you hop in there. Good morning. Yeah, I think that's awesome. I always like it when a new person can win some good stuff. I brought another lock down here to mess with, which I have never opened. I don't know if I ever will open it because it's kicking my butt. Oh, where did it go? That is this ASA. I have never gotten an open on that stupid thing. Zoe the cat, how are you this morning? Yep, I agree with you. They're no key. Standard pins and a tight tolerance lock. It's just the feedback. There's no feedback. Let's just leave it at that. There isn't any. Yeah, I've been having a lot of that lately where, and I even went out searching for the hashtag. Did you have the hashtag on there? I think you did. Yeah. And I didn't find it. So, because I was looking for them before the live started today, see who else was out there. I don't know what is up with it, but 0 notifications. I just went and double checked through the notification list, and there's nothing. It's annoying as all get out. This is a set of picks I don't use that often, but I should play more with them. This is the multi-pick Elite. This is from the Sandman Beginner set. This is the only one that's a short flat. The other one that's in there is a short round. I'm not a big round hook fan. I guess there's nothing wrong with them. It's just not my thing. I'm not too crazy about that one. And then a rake. So it's got 3 picks in it. So I think I have 1 set of those left in my inventory, and that's it. Hard to justify me ordering a ton of inventory to keep in stock because they just haven't moved. And part of it is price. They're expensive. I think I've got the cheapest price that I've seen anywhere in the States on that set. But hey, there we go. There's the 5-pin. Whew, that one sucked. Let me show off a little bit of my printing that I did. Made some more stands to show off locks. Operation OPOL. Any of you guys on here? What does the OPOL stand for? I probably missed that somewhere in there. I need to get my stands put up for displays because the other one I have is that lovely Mitten Maid. I like adding the names into the prints. Just like how that looks. Think it is very, very cool. So I'm going to try this and see if I can make this work. Whoop! Whoop! So this is what I like to do with these, with the cutaway. Let me just zoom it right on down in there. Oh, come on. You can do it. I know you can. You've done it before, you dirty dog. Boy, it really struggles sometimes. You know that? Sometimes I can pull in like this and it'll zoom in and it'll just be crystal clear, and other times it doesn't like to. But that's what I like to try and do with it, is get it down in here nice and clear. See, and I can come up closer and get it clearer. Go figure. Oh, well. But that's what I like to do with them. Zoom it way in. Get it nice and clear. And that way you can see what the pins do. Let's back out. There's about as good as I'm going to get it. I'm going to kick you over to manual so that way you'll stay focused right there. And then we'll just come here. Picking a little weird. But now I can come in. And it lets you see, all right, where's my binders at? See, in there you can show a little bit as well, right? There's what an overset looks like. You shoved it up too high, and now it's bound up. See, I've got two of them that are overset. So turn around, let it drop. Ease off your tension. There we go. And then start over again. Need a better hook. Let's try you. See, this one's kind of a fun one because if you look, what you've got right here on that pin, you don't have to move that one hardly at all. There's a shear line already right there. So you got to be able to get to these ones behind it and get those up without shoving him up like that and oversetting. And there's the open. But that's what I like about having that window in there. You can put in the different spool types and kind of show what's going on, show how they work, show how the pins lift. Give that to people to practice on so they can watch what's happening. And you can see what different profiles work, right? So like what you saw there with this multi-pick, the short hook, I couldn't lift the back pins without oversetting that pin 3, right? So just kind of fun. Just kind of fun. Educational thing. I like using them for that. They're really good for it. And that's the other thing I like with these too is, you know, and it's true of any of these kick cylinders, right? You can pick them either direction. And that's the other thing too, when you're picking, if you're not getting anything on one, turn around and go the opposite direction with it. You might have more luck. You might. See, even Asa knows. Because see, you read Asa there? See, that's spelled out the right way. And look, the pins are down the way it's meant to be. Absolutely. You're right. Trying to describe that is difficult. That's where a nice cutaway like that in your collection, I think everybody should have one like that, especially if you're going to try and teach or show anybody else, because it's a nice way to do it, right? It gives you a really nice feel, a nice tool to help show what's going on. And that's the other thing I try and tell people to do once in a while too, which I can't say that I'm the greatest at doing, but mix it up once in a while. Change out what picks you're using. Change out the brands. Use something different. Get a different feel, right? Because every one of them gives you something a little bit different. And if you lock yourself in on one particular pick, it can be a problem. You know, I struggle with that because I genuinely really like the dogleg picks, so I use them a lot. Well, you can mess up or not mess up, miss out on different styles and different feedbacks that you get from different types of picks if you do that. So I try and force myself to grab something different every once in a while. And I'll be the first to admit, I have not used these Jimmy Longs that much. Although I do really like them. Oh, no, I agree with you, no key. All I'm talking about is, at least for that initial introduction, being able to use that and just show them what's going on with the pins to give them an understanding of what they're feeling, right? Because as you're picking on a spool pin that's in there, you can feel the clicks of the spool and you can see what's actually happening a little bit just to help you get an understanding. Then move on to the ones that don't have a window. Yeah, I don't think you should pick it that way all the time. It's more just instructional. Hey, here's what it is. Here's what you're when you feel it, this is what is actually going on. Oh, yeah, Jimmy Longs, man, he makes amazing picks. I wouldn't mind getting some more of his. It's just one of those that's hard for me to kind of justify it at the moment because, God, I've got so many picks. I know that's kind of a thing for everybody, right? You know, I go through my kit and, man, I've got Law Lock, I've got Moke, I've got Jimmy Longs, I've got Bare Bones, I've got custom Runesmiths, I've got the Dog Legs, I've got a bunch of Southern Specialty stuff, I've got multi-pick, I've got so many. Yep, I'll do that same thing once in a while too there. The Crazy Card, how are you this morning? Welcome, welcome. And that's kind of exactly what I'm doing here right now, right? So I've got my Jimmy Longs, I've got a Moke, and I've got a multi-pick out that I'm messing with. And yeah, you get different feedback or different feel in a lock from each one of them. Does something a little different. I need to mess with this lock more. I've never opened this lock. Things kicking my butt every time. I don't know what the heck is going on in here, but it's a weird one. And it's like I said, if I'm able to, if it's a lock that I'm able to try it, I'll pick it clockwise, then turn around, pick it counterclockwise, and feel what the differences are. And you know, you're going to have a whole different binding order on pins, right, from one direction to the other, depending on the tolerances within that lock. That's just the route she takes. And then different styles of locks as well, right? So here's kind of a fun one. So here is an American. This is a 5200. Actually, it's a 5560. Similar, but it's an American lock, right? Sprung core, sprung shackle. Nice lock to pick. Turn around and go over like to this. This is an American. This is a 5200, the US stamped lock. This one has a sprung shackle and a dead core. Man, you talk about a pain in the butt lock to pick. I get zero feedback out of those. They're just incredible. Yeah, I only have one Peterson pick, and that was that freebie that we're being sent around. And if that's supposed to be a good representation, then I'm not impressed. I don't like that pick at all. I don't know. Maybe they're the bee's knees, greatest things ever. I don't know. And it didn't help any. Mine got destroyed. I've tried to straighten it up. Not by my hands. I was out of town and my wife had locked my office door because otherwise I have a cat that opens doors, and he would let himself in, and They were just tearing shit up, making a mess. One of them actually jumped on top of my laser and caved in the enclosure and made a big mess, so she locked the door. Well, her sister was here with her, and they wanted something out of there, and she didn't know how to get the door open. So her sister saw my pick laying there and thought, hey, I'll use this to pick the lock. Yeah, that thing was so bent up when I got home, it wasn't even funny. I've tried to straighten it out a little bit, but I don't really use it. I've messed with it a little bit. Good morning, Mr. AJ's Locks and Locks. How are you? We were just talking with the others in the group earlier. Since you're one of the entries in the giveaway, I was asking if people minded if I extended out the deadline on the giveaway. I have 21 entries. It's not a matter of entries. It's a matter of one of the prizes isn't quite ready yet. I had not really shared what that prize was yet because I was trying to wait for him. But Mr. Runesmith is making a custom set of dogleg picks, a standard, a medium, and a deep. So I was asking about if anybody would have a real heartburn if I extend the deadline of the giveaway to wait for those, or if we do the drawing and you just have to wait on the prize. I think the consensus so far has been extend the deadline out, maybe give a couple more people a little more time to get entries in as well. I know there are a couple of people that are working on it. Joker be one of them. This lock. Oh. Well, it's one of those. I told people when it was going to end, and I kind of like to stick with what I've said. But hey, I'd like to hold off and be able to have everything ready for all the giveaway prizes in there as well. Right? I would agree with you there, man. Outstanding. Man, the pins in this lock are just insane. There's been some really good locks, so hasn't opened since. I've got a playlist for the Backward 500 giveaway. If you haven't, if you're curious, you should go check it out. There's been some really cool locks. Some really cool picks out there. They're fun to watch. And it's, as I said in the initial giveaway video, even if you don't actually open a lock that way, just flip it around and try. Put in the valid attempt. That's all I'm looking for. It's just to get people out of your comfort zone, have you try something else. Right? Yeah, I don't think anybody else has done a backwards pick on a black belt lock. That is insane, dude. I think what he put in there was a black belt 4 chub detector lock. And it was craziness. Dang lock. You know, someday I will open that lock. I don't know when that'll be, but we'll try the old ASA. Yeah, dual entry. Do, do, do. Do, do, do. Man, you know, that's the one thing I have found with this Lockwood is it can be a real pain finding a proper tensioner that fits, because it is such a tiny little keyway. I got one, what, AJ? Lockwood? I have one Lockwood. You're asking about black belt. I don't have a single thing. You picked the 140. Yeah. No, I do not. I do not, AJ. I have, until your video, I don't think I'd ever even seen one before. So I don't have any chub locks, to be honest with you. I really need a better, that tensioner just does not fit very well. Let's go over here. Oh, I gotta put Bigfoot away. Yeah. Someday, I know at this point, need to get a couple. What's next in the lineup? Brown. Need to find a brown belt lock to mess with. I don't even have anything that goes that high up the list. I might have one that, but I need to gut it again and look at the pins to verify. I have a Medico that we think might be a brown, but I need to open it up and look at the pins again on it. It has the right number of pins be there. I need to make sure what it has for the false gates. Yeah, I have a handful of imposter lever locks, and then I have one lever lock mortise style lock. But that's really it, and I don't really have a good set of tools. I have some tools, but I really don't know how to use them properly. I have used them. I have picked a couple of locks that I have with them, but I don't know. I should almost break that out and see if you guys can help guide me, because it was sent to me along with tools to pick it. Let me dig. Some of all of this out. And let's see what you guys can tell me. There. Oops. So here's what I have. Is this big beastie. And then I was sent these tools along with it. All of this loveliness. So the question I've got is what? Is this the tension tool that you use? Or is this the tensioner? They're long tools. Let's see. Let's look at that key. I would guess, yes, 3-lever. Which one is the overlifter? See, because I've messed with, I don't really think this one works properly. Maybe he does. Maybe you get up in there like that. And then take this guy in there. I don't remember. Man, it's been a long time since I've messed with this lock. What's the tensioner? All right, I got to slow down here. Let me get all of this stuff out. All right. This one? Is that the tensioner? I'm going to wait to see what it tells me. Tool number 1. Okay, so this is tensioner. So then which would you use for the pick? This funky one? Or this one? My left. I think Oh, I dropped it. I had it open. I had it open. I need to break down and get me a Nigby set. I messaged him about it. He makes some gorgeous looking tools, dude. I mean, they are just amazing. All right, there's one lever. It did move, but I didn't get it all open. Then it dropped on me. Yeah, I really need to spend more time and learn what exactly I'm doing in these things, because I don't know what I'm doing. I'll be the first to admit it. I don't have a clue. There, I dropped it again. But yeah, I wouldn't mind. I would like to learn these a little bit more. I think they're kind of cool locks. But I just don't know what I'm doing. So there we go. There it is. Whew. Now I'm stuck. There. It's a booger. With these tools, I just don't know exactly what I'm doing wrong, what I'm doing right. So one of these days, I need to get somebody who really knows lever locks to hop on and educate me on what I'm doing wrong or doing right or what I'm doing at all. Because, I'll be the first to admit, I don't know much about them. I really, really don't. Although they are kind of fun. The only other ones that I have for anything like that, I have a handful of these. This is a little one. This one's actually a really nice little lock. He's a fun one to mess with. Look at the key on that one. That one's kind of fun. So I have that little dude. And again, these are just the little India clone locks, right? And I've got this big one, just Folsom State Prison. They work very nicely. They're very nice operating locks. Very, very crudely cut keys on them, so there's not much to them. So is Mr. Nick's Picks. That's who sent me that lock and the tools. He is a master at those. And I have one more of those. I have this one. This one is not a bad looking little lock. This one actually came with the tags on it. Handcrafted in India. Again, very, very crude keys. Hey, Mr. Stu, how are you this morning? So I do have a handful of them, and they're neat little locks. These aren't good locks. Certainly a far cry from some of the really nice ones out there. Eventually, I wouldn't mind getting a nice one, but I need to get a quality pick set for lever locks first. That's where I need to get with Mr. Nigby and just order a set of his. Let's see, what else may be fun to do? Shall we try decoding a lock? Decoding a combo today. I haven't done that one in a while. So let me break out my decoding shims. These are Covert Instruments shims. So, Locky is locked. Where do we start? Check with the other one. Yeah, those squares are a nice looking lock. I don't have. All right, so there feels like we have the first number at a 9. And so what I'm doing here is I put the shim in, and then I push up against it a little bit. And as I rotate the lock, so there you can see there it's not dropping up as far. What I'm feeling for is a notch where it'll drop up. And I think it was already there, but we'll go back to it. And there, see how it just dropped way down like that. So there I think I have the first 2. So there you can see, so there if you can see how far back I am with this, and then I'll just rotate it one number at a time. And what I'm looking for is that deep. And there we dropped. Yeah, you know, they're kind of neat little locks, but I couldn't imagine actually wanting to use one. And other side of the wheel. Rabbi, how are you this morning, sir? I know I've done this before on this lock. It's been a while. Like I said, I haven't done this in a while either. All right, so you're telling me what is the most popular combination? I actually messed with changing the combination once on this one, but I don't remember what I changed it to. See, that sure feels right. But I don't remember what I changed it to, so... You know, this lock is one of those with a quite fatal flaw. Well, a couple fatal flaws. One being that you can get in here to shim it as easy as you can. And the other one being that it is also has a key. On the sides, you can just pick it. There it is. There we go. There it was open. 9454 is the combination. But then see, it also has, this one also has a keyhole, and you can actually just pick it and open the lock. So there's that as well. Neat little lock. But kind of trashy at the same point. Yeah, once you find the combination, you have to pop the shackle in order to open it. But you don't need to do that in order to find the spot with the shims. Now, I think tensioning the shackle is what you can do when you're supposed to be able to put tension on the shackle and then slowly work your way through the numbers. I haven't tried doing it that way yet. Or maybe I have. I don't know. I tried that on one lock that I had, and I don't know what I'm doing. So I don't know what I'm feeling. See, I don't know if that would work on this lock because you've got to push this one in to get it to pop and come loose. So I don't know that pushing out is going to give you the tension on the shackle. Because, I mean, I don't feel I'm putting a lot of tension on there. And all of these are just loose. I mean, there's like nothing. So I don't know if that would work on that type of lock or not. If somebody else has one, show me how to do her. No, that's not my birthday. That is not my birthday. Hate to tell you. Yeah, I think you want a lot of your little combination locks. That works, but I don't know that it'll work on that one because of its design. Yeah, I don't have any other. But if you have like the master round spinny dial combination locks, it's supposed to work on those. I think I have one around here somewhere. I was trying that at one point, but I never had any luck with that. But again, I have the patience of a 2-year-old, so which means I don't. So I haven't figured out how to do that one yet. But that's me. I'm not very good at that sort of thing. If I don't have an open pretty shortly, I get, morning, Mr. Sean Wolf. How are you today? Yeah, the older dial masters. That's what I've heard, is that it's supposed to work on those. I have one somewhere that I tried that with, and I didn't have any luck at all. But again, I might not know exactly what I'm doing to do it right. Link is pinned in there again if anybody feels like hopping on, saying hi to the folks. Right? That's the problem on a lot of those locks, is there's so much room for shims in there. I don't know why. I don't know why. So yeah, why wouldn't you? It just makes sense. If it's there, if it's got the exploit available, use it. All right, let's grab this guy. Master 6840. No, you are exactly correct. If it's got the space to shim it, why not shim it? I might need to go back to my other tensioners. I don't care for these. I don't know. And I think a part of that, I mean, I like these. They're nice. But with the cutout, I wouldn't mind if I could get somebody to make a set of these and put the cutout on the opposite side. For me being a lefty, I don't know. Maybe that would work better. I don't know. They seem to like to spin out of a lock on me real easy. They work. But I'd still rather go to these. Oh, that just feels good. This is the Law Lock tension set. Yeah, there is a formula for how you do the dials, I think. And I don't know that. I think that's part of my problem, is I don't know what I'm doing. So I know there's a lot of videos out there. I should watch a few and see if I can figure it out, because I think it'd be fun. If you could do that. Fun little parlor trick, right? Let's see. Yeah, I don't know. I've been streaming my lives over on TikTok as well, but really nobody watches on TikTok, or very rarely, so I don't know if it's any point in doing that. Yeah, I don't know where my little dial is. I need to work on these lever locks, or not lever locks, disc detainer locks. I need to work on those. I have a couple disc detainer locks. I have the Sparrows disc detainer tool, and I have never opened one with it. Again, I just don't know what the heck I'm doing, what I'm feeling, what's going on in there. Yeah, and you know, I can stream on multiple or 2 channels, right? And all of the rest of them except TikTok, it brings the chat all into one chat within Restream, so I can see if somebody's trying to talk over on the other channel. TikTok won't do that. So I've got to try and monitor YouTube and TikTok and swapping back and forth, and it's a pain in the butt. I know I've had these going out on Rumble as well for a while. I like Rumble. Maybe I'll go back to streaming them there, because that's kind of where some of the people from my other group hang out. Is over on the Rumble side of the world. But yeah, here's part of my issues too, is sometimes with some of these locks, it's just easier to pick them in hand than it is in a vise. And then others, it's easier in a vise, right? Send my head around the bend. That's kind of fun. You know, I enjoy doing the live streams. That's about all I really do anymore. I don't really have time to do a whole lot of other stuff. I did the UCL competition yesterday, which took me all of a minute and a half to get kicked out of that one. So I've got, like I said, I've got a new Master 140 on the way, so I can start over. All right, we're going to pull you out of here. Move you. It's fun. If you're ever curious about it, hop into somebody else's. AJ, hop onto mine. Say hello, give it a try, get a feel for it. It really is kind of a good time. It's fun when you get other people to hop in with you too. But I enjoy the chat. Enjoy yakking at people. Yeah, we'll be doing a bunch more laser engraving later on today, and some more 3D printing I need to get done today. I had an order placed that I had to make a run to the post office yesterday to get a bigger box, because I didn't have anything big enough for the order. So I had to go get a bigger package to be able to package it all up. I need to try and reprint this too. I printed out this holder for these Sparrows locks, and I tried to do this and get it to turn out, but it didn't turn out real well. So, and then I saw there's another one like this that actually has a separate spot for the keys, and it has a lid that closes over it. That'd be kind of cool. Absolutely. I agree with you that that's about the only time I get is that little bit early in the morning while the wife is still in bed sleeping. I hop on and I do my lives. Right? I liked what, if you haven't seen it, what Bumpy Bones was showing on this. He cleaned this lock and lubed it, and then he was using dental picks, those little dental floss sticks to run in and out of there to pull a bunch of crud out. And he was able to get that thing cleaned up enough to pick it. So that was really cool to watch. That was really cool. I figured he'd figure it out in pretty short order, and he did. Be really cool now if I could see somebody impression one of them, make a key for it. I don't know what kind of keyway it is. I don't know what kind of key that would take. Would mind finding a blank for it, but I don't know what it is. Really pretty though. Really nice locks. Super heavy. Holy cow, man. They weigh a ton. That's usually what I try to do, or would like to do, is I'd like to have more people that haven't ever done a live, haven't ever gotten on, or aren't used to talking on video. Hop on into somebody's live, right? It doesn't have to be mine. Hop into somebody's, anybody's. It's a great learning experience. It's a great way to kind of get your feet wet and to see what you think, right? See if you enjoy it or you don't. Man, I am telling you what. It's my typical problem. I see Newhouse is over there on TikTok. How are you, Mr. Newhouse? Oh. Let's go into... couple of my fight night locks. Really? For cleaning paint sprayers. I'll have to go check that out, Mr. No Key. Thank you for that one. Oh, this is this. See, and this is my 140. I mean, look at that. The key, it is just smooth as glass. Struggle to get this thing to pick open anymore. I had it down. This thing was easy. Ooh. Easy peasy, lemon squeezy. I'm hitting on something in there. Oh, let's go here. Yeah, we'll see. You got about 45 minutes usually done about 10 in the morning here, so. But it's not, Brian. It's not. I'm telling you. I have been fighting off camera, nothing. It is just something has happened inside of this lock, and it is turned into a nightmare to get open. I don't know if I've compressed springs enough, so there's something that's sitting just overset. Where this one opens great with the key, but not without it. I said, out of about every 20 tries, maybe I'll get it open once. And before, I was opening this thing in 5 seconds. So I gave up. I ordered a new one. It's supposed to show up today, I believe. See, just here's my 410. And if I do everything right on this one, it's pretty good. But I'm not doing everything right. Four tens won't open with the key, but you can still pick them. Well, that's like I have one upstairs that I picked the thing open, I think, twice. And then I rattled it. So I tore it apart, put it back together, made a 3D printed body for it. Haven't opened it again. Does who specify a bidding key code? For the competition stuff? If that's what you're asking, no. They do not. There we go. This particular 410 that I have uses the 417 key. There's the bidding on it. Mr. Studini sent me that one. That's one I can actually pick. It's about the only one. Well, it is the only one. It's the only 410 I've got that I can open. Yeah, the other one, the other one you got to open in there is, where'd you go? There we go. It's an Avis 5540. And these are a fun lock. But what I've run into on this one is I pick, let's just hop in. So I'll hit pin 1. Gets me a nice set, nice click. 2, nice click. Then I jump all the way to the back, come back, click. Then I got to come back and set pin 1. Then I jump up to like pin 4, and then I come back to pin 1. Then I'll go to pin 3, back to 1, and then there's the open. But I got to keep coming back and keep resetting 1 because it keeps dropping it. Yeah, the other ones, I think all the other ones that I have are that 410. I think I have one that's got something different, but I think most of them are 410 keyways. Let's see. Oh, my word. I don't know if I have another 410 in this bag. I got to go through my big bag of locks and change some things out. There's that lovely. And I've got that one. I've got a Brady that I've not been able to open either. Why? Because I suck. Now this one, yeah, ping-ponging away. This one is kind of an interesting lock. This is a no-namer. No, this isn't the one either. But I believe I've picked this one a time or two. It looks an awful lot like a... Yeah, I think you're right, Brian. Those are kind of the three main ones, 401, 417, and 400B. Like here's another one. This is a core out of one. That's got the 401 key. This one, I have no idea what brand it is. It's just a no-namer lock. But which one was it I was thinking of? It's not that Abus. I think it is this. Was it this one? I think it's this one. If you get the right tension, or not tension, but this one. 401 is, I think, the most popular. So if I remember right with this lock, easiest way to pick this is, I think I'm thinking of the right one. Hit it with a rake first, and you'll watch it drop into a set. So there you can see where my keyway is at. I don't remember if that was this lock or not. Which one is this? This is an Abus 7440. But that was a trick somebody else had told me about, was putting a little bit of tension, just light tension, and you just hit it with a quick rake, and you'll get it to drop to a false set. Yeah, I've got a new lock coming. It's not one of those, but LPB has one with the 400B. I don't think I've messed with a 400B. The 401s, for some reason, man, I really struggle with those. The 417 I like. But you don't see the 400 or the 417s a lot. Which one is it that I did that to? Not this lock. I know that. Could have swore it was that one. I want the Abus 8-pin Lotto. Which one is that one? Is that... Oh, wrong lock. Put you in there. Well, this is a Brady with that Abus keyway. But yeah, it's not an 8-pin. What do we got in this one? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6-pin. That 400B kicks my rear. Yeah, this is one of them that I have a hard time tensioning because of that funky keyway. This is the one that has the keyway that spells out Abus. I've never been able to get this one. This is a 7140. I've never opened this lock either. Me and Lotto locks have a special hate relationship. 7640. Yeah, there's a 7440. Yeah, I don't have a 7640. Lotto. I'm just looking back here at my wall to see if I have any other Lottos down here. I don't think I do. I could have swore it was this one. 0.8. That you could hit and drop it into a full set. I don't remember who it was that was telling me to do that. I think it might have been Lock Squash. Was showing me that trick on the locks. But I don't remember if it was on this one. It might be. I think I have another one upstairs. It might have been on that one. But anyway, you hit it with the rake and it drops it to a full set. And then you just have to come back and hit a couple of spools inside of it. And it pops right open. But this one's not dropping the full set. So I don't think this is it. I agree with you completely, Noki. The Lottos for me are kryptonite. Can't stand them. They drive me insane. I watch some of you guys hit those things and you're just popping them left and right like there's nothing to it. Not me. This one is a Pack Lock 1 series. These are fun locks. I really like these Pack Locks. They're a great lock to pick. I have this, and then I also have from Mr. Eagle, the 100 series. Same core, significantly different bodies, but they both use the same core. Yeah, I think Lottos are demon spawns. I really struggle with dead shackles for some reason. For me, are tough. But the only one that's not is I have a master. I don't remember what it is. But that one is actually a really neat lock because I get crazy cool feedback out of it for being a dead core. It's a lot of fun. There we go. There's the Pack Lock 1 series. Really like that. Very nice lock. That's the key for that one. Those are cool locks. Let's see. I think it is this one right here. Yep. This little Master 570. That's a dead core, dead shackle, but it's aluminum. Avoid Lottos. Yeah. There we go. That's the closest to a Lotto lock that I can open fairly easily is that Master 570. It's just a really cool little lock. Very fun lock if you want to start on the dead core, dead shackle style locks. These I really recommend. They're nice. They are enjoyable. Oh, here we go. I was talking about the 5200s. So this is a 5200, the US stamped 5200. This is a 5200. This is not. But they are slightly different size-wise. If you look at that, they're not the same, but they're both a 5200. But there's the key for the US stamped one, and there's the key for the standard one. And this one, the US stamped one, is a sprung shackle dead core, whereas this one is just a standard everything sprung. The other one I need to play with more pick-wise. Five pin only core versus 5/6 pin. As far as between the two different locks, yeah, there's some more subtle differences than that, but yeah, they're nice locks. I like the 5200s. I think they're a nice lock. The other picks I need to mess around with more. Oh my word. Are probably these things. I don't know. I don't know what you guys think of this echelon set. I am not necessarily a fan. I have the same issue with these that I do with Peterson. The metal ends, like right here, they're not a full tang, and they just, I don't know. The feedback on them compared to other picks, I don't think is there. I mean, I think they're made well enough. Yeah, and key retaining, absolutely. Yeah, the U.S. stamped one, which I think that's one of the U.S. requirements, right? So almost all of the U.S. stamped locks have to be key retaining. I have several different ones. I have the 5200s. Oh, where are my others hiding? I think this is a U.S. stamped. No. This is a cool lock, though. I like this one. That's not key retaining. But that's a fun little lock. Very cool. That's an L50. I know I have more U.S. stamped locks. I think I have some U.S. stamped. Where are you hiding? Laminated locks as well. I don't know where they're all hiding right now. But it's cool stuff. Yeah, me too. I'm glad that they had where you could buy just some of the individual ones to grab to try out. So that's why I just grabbed like 3 of what I would consider decent. And then I did grab them. I mean, they work. There's nothing wrong with them. They're a well-made pick. I like the shape of the handle. They're comfortable. I'd like them a lot better if they were a full tang metal because I think you'd get better feedback through them. But I bought the short flat and then I don't know what you'd call that, a medium round, a gentle reach. I bought another one of the Reapers. I don't know why I bought another, or not Reaper, what do you call that thing, McTickler. And then I bought a dimple rake. The McTicklers for me, man, so many people brag these up as the greatest pick ever made. and I just don't care for them much. Bunch of U.S. Americans with round key anti-bump master cores. They even have horizontal actuator that can't be bypassed. I think I have one of those, possibly. I don't remember. I don't know. Yeah, just don't care for the mixed stickler. So yeah, that's a US stamped there. That's a 5200. I think I have like 3 of those. Oh, let's dig out the bag of goodness. Master Commercials. I've got a bunch of these. Oh, there's another US stamped. That is a Pack Lock 100G, or no, DG. And then there's another US stamped. That is the Master, or no, that's the Pack. That's a Pack Lock. That's the 100G Pack Lock. This one is the Master DG. So there's 2 more US stamps. And you know, out of these 2, the Master is a considerably harder pick than the Pack Lock. Significantly tougher lock to pick. I've got several of the good old Ace locks. Let's break out him. I like him. He's a nice, fun lock. There's the 532 Master. Actually, a very nice little lock. And another one that I really recommend for new pickers. And part of that is the feedback on this one is quite good. So it's a good lock to learn on. Orange belt lock. I think where this McTickler comes in is it's really good for locks that you can rake. Kind of zip on locks. It's really good for that sort of thing. But beyond that, just not really a fan. So this is kind of the thing I like with this 532. It gives pretty decent feedback on the pins. So you can feel what's going on again. And again, it's not a lock that's going to break the bank. It's not uber expensive lock. But it's a fun lock to pick on. I haven't picked this thing in a long time now. 4 standard and anti-bump. Is that the Master DG you're talking about? That's a fun lock. I like picking that one. It's tough. The Pack Lock 100G. I had the speed record on that one for a little bit until somebody had to come along and slap the crap out of me on that. I'm telling you what. I think it's down at 1 second right now, and I can't quite get to that to try and even tie them. Just can't quite do it. I can get close, but not quite there. I haven't tried that one in a long time now. Wow, Rooney's. Ye old orange belt lock is kicking my rear today. But yeah, I agree with you, Brian. I'm glad I didn't buy the whole set. Crazy expensive on that full set. And I just don't think, when you compare it to other picks out there that are considerably less money, I think they're a lot better options. So I like the look. I like the handle. They kind of tried to type a little bit of what Jimmy Longs is doing, but Jimmy Longs are a full tang pick, and the feedback is much better. Just is. Easy pick. I know it should be an easy pick. Usually is. But now, today, you know, it is what it is. You know how it goes. What should be an easy pick rarely turns into an easy pick when you're on camera. Let's see. Oh, I bet it's doing that to me too, isn't it? Stupid. Stupid. Looks a lot like zipping. Yeah, I've never tried. You know, when I was doing it, I was single pin picking. I wasn't zipping. But yeah, some of those I watch, and some of them it looks like seriously they reach in there and they touch one pin and it's open. And that's when they came out where you could buy the individual ones, and then they had a sale going on. That's why I bought the little 4-pack set. But here's the odd part, right? They made them just long enough where I bought this case for it, and they really don't fit. They're just long enough that the material up here, it's going to wear holes in this because they're just a hair too long to fit in the case. So you had to make it to where you have to have a special case for it. And from what I've seen, their little stupid rubberized case for it just is not a very good case. I see a lot of guys that are using it, and the little rubber sleeve over it to hold them shut comes apart. Yeah, the 1 second opens. I know what you're talking about. Like I said, I was close. I think I was 2 second open on that pack lock. But I actually single pin picked it. But yeah, you watch some of those speed picks, and seriously, it looks like either more of a zipping process or they've got a lock that only has one freaking pin, is almost what it looks like. They touch one pin and it's open. I've seen that on a few of them too, and it's like, seriously? You didn't even pick anything. You tapped one thing. Oh, there we go. Holy cow. Redemption is mine. Yay! Yeah. Yep. Yeah, I know you can contest on them, but some people are just really freaking good too. He said the ones that get me, it looks like you only hit 1 or 2 pins and the lock's open. It's like, seriously, dude? I only submitted it because I saw nobody had an entry in for that lock, and I was able to get it fairly quick. So I thought, what the heck, you know. But then someone had to come along and say, neener, neener, neener. We're not going to let you hold that. Let the contest begin. And the contest promptly smacked me. There's the Packy Locky. I don't even know if I remember how to pick it. We'll see if we can open it. I agree with you. I'm content with staying in my lane. Generally, I'm not in any hurry either. I just get impatience, my biggest problem. It's open. It's a really fun little lock to pick, though. I do like it. Really nice solid clicks on the pins. So, yeah. It's fun. I like it. I lock it like that. Yeah, I'm definitely out of practice on it now, so. And then, of course, typical dead core, dead shackle, dead everything, which I struggle with those. You got to be a lot more careful with the tensioning on them, because you can really over tension really easy, because it doesn't take hardly anything. Yeah, I was really kind of surprised that it is a green belt rated lock, honestly, because it's not a super difficult lock. It's nice. It's a very nice lock. And it amazed me because you got that one, and then you hit this Master, which I think is also a green belt lock, the Master DG. This is a much harder lock to open than that 100. Well, I think, guys, I'm about ready to call her good for the day. Go get some yard work done if I can. And I got to come back in and get after a bunch of other work I need to do. What do we got here? Let's just work on some cleanup and some final thoughts. What are you guys thinking today? Yeah. Like I said, again, if you get a chance to get a hold of one of those, the 100G, dive on it, because they're just a fun lock. Right on, there we go. They are. What did you go into? What lock are you for? Oh, I think I know. Don't you hate it when you do that? And with a random key laying there, and you go, what the heck? Where'd I put it? Where did I put my lock? Another fun one if you get a chance. Commando. That's a great lock to pick on. There we are. I think you go to this lock. Yeah. I should just put you on the key ring. I prefer putting them on a key ring and hanging them. Because if you leave them in the key itself, hanging on your lock, it's just a matter of time, and you end up bending or breaking a key when you've got them in a big bag full of locks. But that Commando, great lock, fun lock to pick. Another dead core, dead shackle, but a fun lock. So yeah, you guys as well. Thank you for hopping on and joining me and listening to me ramble and rant and rave and whatever else I do. I do appreciate it, each and every one of you. Smack the like button for me if you would on the way out. This is my fancy pick kit. Love it. My nice little case with my Moke tensioners, law lock tensioners. All right, everybody. Peace out. Have a marvelous day. Happy picking. And we will catch you all on the next one. Bye.